We're back here at the NACC here at Halstead Downs. I'm once again joined by Greg Buchanan, and we've through a bunch of days of racing. It'll be starting up once again tonight, Greg. Let's start by talking about our guys that have been doing really well. Luke Tournier and Chris Flanagan are two of the tops. They've been winning a bunch of day monies. Tell me about their races and a few of the other guys that have been standing out so far for the first few days.
Yeah, one of the guys you didn't mention is Devin Mitzwing. Devin Mitzwing has been on a tear too, and really since the start of the CPCA Pro Tour. He's been, lights out since Meadow Lake, and again, very strong performance here. Very deep barn, following the footsteps of his dad, Ray, who won 7 Canadian championships. And you know what, relying on a lot of the horses that Ray won with here so far this week at the North American Chuckwagon Championship. And Luke Tournier, he has pretty well won everything there is to win in Chuckwagon racing. 36 years, Calgary Stampede, WPCA title, CPCA championship. The only thing he hasn't won yet is a North American Chuckwagon Championship. Don't put that past him. And Chris Flanagan is a guy that he's had his barn in the works for the last number of years to get to where he is now. So what he's going through right now, and the great start he's had to the CPCA Pro Tour, as well as the North American Chuckwagon Championship, it's been a long time in the works. So great to see all that hard work behind the barns paying off for Chris here at the NACC.
And so four guys that you want to be in those top 4 spots. What about those other members who are just a little bit below the DJ Kings, the other CPCA guys that are just trying to sneak in? What are they going to be looking to do over these last few days?
Well, probably DJ King is one. He went into the final night before we went into our break here for 2 days. He was 10th going into the show that night. He wins a day money. He creeps up now in the standings. So what you want to do is what DJ did. Be fast, be clean, and win a day money. And if you do that, even if you're further down in the standings, you're going to leap up in a hurry. The other thing that's going to happen tonight is the redraw. So all the fast guys will be in those fast heats, those slower ones in the slower heats. So as we get closer to that 7th and final heat, you'll see the times really get fast.
All right, and so we've got in this break, you guys have done a few things. Let's start with on Monday. You guys had the golf tournament, raising some great money for charity. Just how was that tournament in general, especially with the players being able to play with the fans?
Yeah, I think a lot of drivers and outriders and barn crew, they had a blast, and we kind of found out who can golf and who can't golf, and there's a lot of non-golfers in Chuckwagon racing. It was pretty nasty to see those swings, but raising money for a very good cause in the Lloydminster District United Way, and more than anything, that day, and then on Tuesday, the equine therapy day with the kids from the surrounding areas, as well as in Lloydminster, showing them horses and that relationship that you can have with a horse. And it's very spiritual to the First Nation. And we're fronting teepees right here, representing our First Nation relationship with the Gold Circle Network. And in that relationship the First Nations has with the horses gets shown to those young kids here on Tuesday for Equine Therapy Day. So it was great to see that. And I think more than anything, what Chuckwagon Racing needs to do more of is days like Tuesday and Monday, giving back to the community and communities that really root for the sport.
Awesome. And so finally, we'll talk about a few other little things about the championship. We've got that championship Sunday, and how important is it before that championship Sunday with getting into that final heat, and the little bit of differences on that championship Sunday?
See, the things you're going to see develop here, and it develops here on a Wednesday night, then it develops into that Friday and that Saturday as you get closer to championship Sunday. If you're in the outside just a little bit, you're going to throw it all in them, and you're going to take maybe a little risk in the barrels, a little risk around the track. And I say a risk that you're going to maybe gamble a little bit on your horses you're hooking and the moves you make on the track, because you want to be fast, but you got to be clean. And then again, if you're in the top 4, all you want to do is stay clean. You know what? Fast is one thing, but staying clean will keep you in that top 4.
Awesome, and we've had pretty solid weather here at the Chuckwagon Championships. Track looks beautiful, so big shout outs to the guys at the Lloyd X. With that being said, though, I don't think there's going to be rain, but if that rain hits, is there any big changes the drivers are going to make with possibilities, or just depending on the weather in general?
Depending on the weather in general, knock on wood, it looks like it's going to be good here for the next 5 days. But this track can take a lot. This track, the drainage on it is superb. This track is superb. You see running along the rail, 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide. So don't really see too much impact in this track unless we get a real downpour, and then it's anybody's guess.
Awesome, perfect. It's been an excellent first few days of the NACC Championship, and the finale is going to be excellent. So be sure to head down here to the Halstead Downs for the next few sets of races, and be sure to check out on Championship Sunday for the NACC Championship.